Some of the craziest news from the past few weeks just came out about Kanye exposing something huge about the album, Vultures 2, a solo album, and more, so let's talk about it. This also reverses a lot of the things that we have been talking about and could change the public perception of Kanye a ton. And before that, quick, subscribe if you haven't already. A ton of you watch but are not subscribed. Also, click like. What's stopping you? It helps me out a lot. I love you guys. Let's get into it. So there was a big interview with a YZY Insider. A lot of the information that I'm going to be talking about today was revealed in that interview. Now, before we talk about all of this, remember this is a leaker. Take this all with a grain of salt because it could not be true, or it could be true and Kanye could completely just change his mind in a second. So don't yell at me if it ends up being wrong or fake. I'm just the messenger. So let's start off about the biggest thing so far, Vultures 2 and the fabled new solo album. So this news could be either really good or really terrible and bad and album changing. But it has been revealed that the solo album and Vultures 2 have the same chance at releasing. Now, we have seen in the past instances where a collab album and an actual album have released very close to each other. Kids See Ghosts and YZY, I think it was like 7 or 8 days. So it's not completely over yet. I just can't see this happening now with these two albums. But yeah, this is some pretty crazy news if true. The solo album is allegedly being worked on currently, and we've known that since the beginning of the Vultures 1 rollout. People have been talking about a solo album being worked on while Vultures 2 is being worked on as well, all at the same time. And there is a lot of new info on Vultures 2 still coming out, so I don't think it's completely scrapped right now, since we know a lot of songs are finished or close to being finished, which were talked about in this interview as well, and I'll get to those snippets later in the video. But from my opinion, from the outside looking in, it's not looking too good for Vultures 2. And along with that, Kanye's Instagram has been shut down for a minute now, and I don't think we're close to Vultures 2 until that profile comes back up. Until he starts yapping about nothing on his Instagram, we're not even close. Especially taking into account, since if Kanye announced a solo album, everybody I think would just forget about Vultures 2 and not care at all. There's not really that much hype outside of the Kanye community for this album. What's really interesting though is that we're still learning more about how the release is going and how they're planning to release. They don't even know yet. It looks like all of this is just in complete limbo right now. It sounds like they're switching their mind over and over about releasing on the app or just releasing on streaming, which would be way more ideal for literally everyone. But along with not knowing if it's dropping on the app, like I said, it is in limbo and there is no longer any release dates as well for anything. And they are still working on that new sound that we've been hearing about, that less trap, less angry, more chill vibes. So if they did just start working on that, it would make sense that there's not a release date, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. I'd be more worried about Vultures 2 having the same chance as the solo album dropping, especially when we haven't heard anything about the solo album except from insiders. Now to possible songs that are on the album. I'm just gonna say it, everybody is cooked. It's never coming, which after not seeing it on V1, kind of expected, especially because of the sample issues. But there are finished snippets of other songs. I'm not 100% sure if it will be on V2 or the solo, obviously, now that we know both of them are on the table, but here it is.
I was thinking about keeping one bitch, but I can't be responsible. This shit was out, you know. I was thinking about taking it in and just keeping one bitch, but this shit was out, you know.
It's not my personal style of song, but let me know what you guys think of it. And on top of all of this, the interview did talk about North's album as well, Elementary School Dropout. It's in the works, pretty separate from Kanye right now, allegedly, and more on Kim's side of things. There is a producer and engineer working on it, but it doesn't look like it will come anytime soon, at least not over the summer. Honestly, I'm more excited for this, knowing that it has an actual chance of dropping. North's about to drop her fall back to school album, and it's gonna go crazy, you already know. So separate from the interview, there was a lot of other information shown off to us recently. Along with all of this, it was exposed that every single apology that Kanye has made for the December incident was not him at all. And even along with that, people were fired because of it. And the person that was fired was none other than Yes Jules. Wow. What a way to get back to her after everything. It's really a full circle moment right now. Now, like all the leaks and what I always say about literally everything that is talked about, not from Ye himself, take it with a grain of salt, but I wouldn't doubt that this is true by the way we have seen a lot of things go and Jules be treated. It's also been revealed that she has been fired about 5 times throughout her time with Ye and has been with him for a pretty long time too. A lot has happened between the two. Allegedly, she got left at a random gas station in Iceland by Ye. Like, you can't make any of this up. I feel like this would be like such a weird lie to like put out to people. But I think the apology not being posted by him is easily the craziest thing here. I'm not gonna lie, maybe I'm like stupid, but I did not expect that. I really thought it was like a genuine thing because he just switches on and off so quickly. And it's crazy because the general public will never know that in a million years unless it gets like heavily reported on after this came out. But it probably won't because there's no real reliable source for it, because most people won't believe it. Kanye fans will just believe some random motherfucker on Discord, and that's why I'm talking about it. But back to Jules, I know a lot of the stuff she did was for attention and she did fuck a lot of things up, but if you're not 12 years old and chronically online, I feel like you could understand and realize that she was just a ride or die, and it's kind of what you have to do in entertainment is work really hard to build up that ladder. And she did try improving some things. I've always been a Jules defender, even though there was a lot of broken promises from her. So I'm not obviously defending everything she's ever done. I remember at one point she was talking about the fucking YZY crypto. YZY coin is absolutely crazy, but getting the community a lot more involved was a start. I like that she did that. She just got all the stupid people involved at first on Twitter, not people like me, Leaky, the subs, until later in the process. And then right as we were about to get involved, she got fired the next day. So we were lied to too. So I have my personal stuff with Jules. Some other stuff that has also came out, and once again, this is all leaks, so don't believe it fully until something happens. But the YZY team has allegedly screwed over the kids who were creating the app for them. Now, this could go 2 ways, honestly. First one, definitely worse, is that they stole the app and they're just scumbags, which is a big possibility since the app creators are apparently very young and could easily get scammed out of something like that. And then the other way it could go is that they actually worked really hard on this thing, and then after that, the whole idea of having an app or just using these specific developers was just thrown away, which that really sucks for them. But having the community in mind, I hope it kind of goes that second way and there's just no app at all and Kanye can just be a normal fucking person for once and just drop this shit on streaming and stop edging everyone. Like, there are so many other areas of YZY that need dire help. I don't know why out of all things, streaming is the thing they pick to focus on so hard. It makes no sense. Genuinely could make so much more money just selling clothes with a good manufacturer. That's why the Nike deal that I've been talking about the past few days is so important to me. Kanye, where the fuck are my YZY pods? Ship them! Like, this is what I mean. It's been 3 months. But yeah, everything is just a complete mess right now. When I first started making videos about Kanye, I thought the Italy thing with it keep getting canceled and done in the beginning of the rollout was tough. I want to go back to then. It was a lot less confusing than it is right now. Take me back to the release week of Vultures 1. I just need some reliable information. I can't keep doing this. It's taking years off my life. Let me know what you guys think of everything talked about in the video in general in the comments down below. I'm going to be trying to reply to everyone. We're going to be trying daily uploads on rap news, so be sure to subscribe for that and like the video as well if you enjoyed. Join my Discord, the best music community on the internet. Also follow my Instagram and my TikTok. All of those links I just mentioned, they're all down in the description below. Thanks again so much for watching. Subscribe, and on that note,